Okay there? Is that how you want to sit? Hello. This is Roma. Okay, I'll leave you alone. Hello. Welcome to the second quarantine art video, which is me actually making something for you to see instead of me just talking to you, because I'm sure that gets boring. So today we did a like a watercolor type painting with some art paper that I had laying around because I had it, so I'm going to use it. And the pigments were all plant-based, I think, except charcoal. But it's either things that I had in the house or plants that I found outside of the house. I'm very lucky to live on a little land that we have a lot of plants. And I think you can use any, I don't know for sure, but you probably can get a pigment from any flower. So if you have some lying around or outside, you can try those. But some things to note about this video. I don't know what I'm doing. I've never made videos before. I don't know how to film properly. I'm just winging it. I've never filmed myself making art before either. So what I did was I stacked a bunch of books, like a tower, over where I was doing the painting to sort of see an aerial view of what I was doing. The only way to record was with my phone. Mom? And the only way to make my phone stay there was for my mom to hold it in place. Also, note on that, I live with my mom. I work from home, like getting paid isn't happening right now, so I'm trying to do what I can. That was my mom on the phone. But my mom is working from home now also because of coronavirus. So she very graciously helped me out. She also has no camera experience whatsoever. So, sweet angel that she is, she tried her best. There are some obvious parts where she was trying some things and it wasn't working out. But I'm very grateful that she was there to help me because the setup that I am working with requires another person. And we are the only two people here right now. So thanks, Mom. Oh, also, it's very clear throughout this entire video that I'm flustered because I don't know what I'm doing and I just want it to be nice and I have an audience of my mom. So just note, I feel like it encapsulates everyone's feelings right now. Just stressed. So, yeah, here's that. Oh, wait. Are you okay? Do you want to make art? Maybe I can put your footprint in some watercolor one of these days. Would you like that? No, you would hate that. Okay. Enjoy. This is what we're working with today. I work a lot with anatomical and anatomy sort of stuff, so I'm very familiar with the heart form, but because we're working with natural pigments, I thought we'd bring in some earth stuff with flowers. So these are all things that I found around my house or my yard, and we're gonna make some art with them. I'll show you what they look like once they're swatched. So they're all mixed with water, except the beet juice is just straight beet juice. I didn't add any water to it. Turmeric in a little water. This is charcoal, like the charcoal tooth powder. This is the one that I have, that I haven't been using for my teeth, so I might as well get some use out of it. This is when it's got mostly water, but this is more concentrated with charcoal, so it gets darker with less water, essentially. This is a plant called a firebush, and I use the flowers from it that I have it in my front yard. You just mush them up and add a little water. The less water you have, where it's more of like a paste, and this goes for I think all of the plants. If it's more like a paste, it's gonna have a more saturated pigment. So like this had more water in it, this had less water. This is just like grass that I found in my yard. Just grass. I think I had one flower in there. It didn't turn out very pretty. It didn't turn out green like I expected. So instead I went with spinach. Just a little spinach. If you're rationing your spinach, don't use it. But we had enough where I could grab like 5 or 6 leaves to just mush them up. This is ashes. The ash I used is what I've collected from incense and whatnot. And that's, again, just with a little bit of water. This one's dirt. Dirt, as you can see, looks kind of gross. But oh no, it's coming away. Maybe don't use dirt. It doesn't really work well with just water. If you're going to use dirt, I would recommend using glue with it. This is coffee, and we have coffee here that's been sitting for like 7 days worth of coffee. Coffee grounds, more specifically. Okay, so the blue here is something called butterfly pea flower. It's big in tea because it makes the tea turn blue. And then if you add citrus to it, like I added lemon juice, it makes purple, which is pretty neat. Again, this is just concentrated charcoal. And this is something called chenille. I think that's how you pronounce it. I have no idea. But I thought we had amaranth in our backyard. But it turns out it's something called chenille, which gets confused for amaranth, but it's more fuzzy than amaranth. My best friend, who is a plant genius, helped me out by telling me that it was not amaranth. But it still made an interesting sort of pigment. Okay, so I guess I'll start with beet. I'm so excited. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna do like a wash of beet, but I do want to do some blending with different pigments. Maybe we'll go in with the chenille, or however you pronounce it. Ooh! That was interesting. That should be more on the edges, because it's a little darker. Ooh, that's fun. All right, my mom has to get her phone, so I think we're gonna pause. Okay. What did I just use? Oh, I used firebush. That's the fun flower that's in the front yard. Now, for those who are like anatomy nerds, this isn't gonna be accurate in color. Just a heads up on that. We're working with what we got. And like, if you have other flowers that can make neat pigments in your yard or your house, use those. Obviously don't eat them, because you don't know if they're edible. So let's get maybe a little turmeric. So the turmeric seems to like blend into the firebush a little bit. Let's go in, daffodil. Daffodil. So I never claimed this would be beautiful, but it's something. Yeah, okay, I'm getting the green. All right, calm down. Let's go in with some, ooh, that's gross. Can you see my brush?
Yes, now we can.
Thank you. You're so good at this. This is very relevant to the world right now because these aren't normal art materials. I did that on purpose because if you don't have normal art materials, you can find something around your house or your yard or your neighborhood without interacting with other people to use for art. There's always something. And these today is specifically like watercolor-esque type things that you can do. You're just mixing a plant or a pigment with water. So yeah, art, if you don't have materials but are trying to social distance, which please do if you can. Hey, anything to add?
No, you're doing a fine job.
Thanks, Mom. Okay, so I think we're just gonna get like base colors down, just so you can see how the pigments react on paper. This is like a mixed, what is this? This is a printmaking paper actually. So I know I said before in the video that I'm also gonna post with this, that you can use like anything. But I have a lot of paper that I'd like to just use, and that's kind of the point. If you have paper that you can use, then just use that, because paper works great. But you can see, I think you can see the tape that I've put around it. I've taped it down to a little wooden board, and that's because if you don't tape down your paper and you're going to use water-based medium, it's going to warp. It's going to ripple, and it's going to get all like it's not going to be a flat surface anymore, which is why I tape it down, so that once it dries, it should still be a flat surface. But if you don't do this, you can still try and fix it afterwards by wetting the back of it and pressing it with books overnight, and that usually works. Alright, we're gonna go back. Wait, let's do the pea flower. Okay. So, I don't know if you can see that. Can they see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Alright. So, my phone stopped recording because I had run out of storage space, so let's see how long this can go on for. We gotta get a better system if I'm gonna do more of this. We'll see. This might be the end. Okay, so I added some butterfly pea flower, which is the blue, to one rose. And this pinky purpley that's also in here is beet juice. So there's to see how the pea flower goes. Actually, we can add some pea flower to the lavender here. Boop, 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 boop. I feel like Bob Ross. Happy little flowers. Happy little trees. No trees here, Bob, just flowers. So this is more beet juice. Yeah, that's a good color. I love my reds. Red and variations of red are my favorites. Alright, let's go. This is like chenille, I think, again. The thing that I confused for amaranth, but isn't actually amaranth. Now, let's do some coffee. Let's try out some coffee. Where do we want some browns? In the roots? Can you see the roots?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's kind of saturated with green right now. We will go off course and make our own brown roots. Oh, that's not very saturated. This coffee is disappointing. I'm sorry, guys. Guess I didn't put enough in it. Alright, my mom had to check her work thing because we're all working from home these days. What are we doing? I think we're done with coffee. It's a little disappointing. Sorry about that. Let's try the pea flower. The butterfly pea flower specifically. This is how it looks with a little citrus. I add lemon juice to it. So let's do some lavender with this guy. Let's go back into the beet juice. This smaller rose. Oh, what a cute little dot. This is ugly. Some green for our weird vessel stems. But my phone is really low on storage, so I have to speed this up a lot. Not even time lapse, just my own self. So we're gonna really block in these colors, and then I'm gonna finish it with details later on. Honestly, I'm just here to have fun and make some art things with some unusual materials so that I don't just do work-related stuff while I'm home all the time. So, a little more green for this leaf here. The aorta is around here somewhere. There she blows. Whoops, whoops, we got some bleeding. Oh well! We're having fun. Do I sound panicked? Because I feel panicked. Wow, the world is a mess. Whee! Just fill it in. Okay. Now, the only one we haven't used yet, that's not true. We haven't used ash or dirt because they're gross, okay? I'm not using, maybe I'll use a little ash. The dirt's too gross and it doesn't work with water, so we'll use a little bit of ash. For why? For why? Oh yeah, that's great. Okay, awesome. We're making a mess. Do a better job of that when I'm not pressed for time. Okay, now the fun one. The darkest of darks. Charcoal. Charcoal black. Oh, that's not as dark as I thought. Okay, there we go. So it's more of a cool tone than the ashes. Ashes are more of a warm tone. You can kind of tell it's like blue versus red almost, but it's very subtle. Where else do I want to put this? Because we're getting real detailed here. No, I don't like that. Okay. Alright, well I think that's going to sum up the portion that I filmed for you. Because I don't know what I'm doing. So we have a janky setup, and my phone is almost out of storage once again. So when I figure those issues out, you'll see the finished thing. Hey guys, so this is the finished piece. I'm pretty surprised at how vibrant the colors came out because they are like just plants mushed up with water. So I expected them to be a little duller, but they turn out pretty intense. There are like bits of gross like residue and stuff, and the charcoal, it can rub off in areas. So it's not like fine art archival quality, obviously, but it'll make some nice colors if that's all you have to work with right now in quarantine. So yeah, let me know if you find anything around your house that you think makes a great pigment that maybe I missed or maybe I didn't think of, because I'm sure there are things I haven't thought of. Leave it in the comments and let me know if you try this out, how it goes for you. Hopefully it's a way to help you stay sane while self-isolating. But yeah, stay safe guys, stay home if you can, and try to keep a positive attitude and try to have a little fun. So, thanks guys. Good luck. Bye.